Minneapolis police say it's happening in every corner of the city. Carjackings to shootouts, homicides, stabbings, and armed robberies.
All of a sudden, we just hear a bunch of gunshots.
Gun violence, they say, at levels higher than any other year.
The sound of shots fired.
It sounded like an assault rifle.
Report of a shooting.
It was one right after another.
Pronounced the individual deceased.
Turn back time 25 years.
Police are saying 4 people were shot. It happened inside a home overnight.
5 Eyewitness News covered what would become a year of newscast lead stories, 97 record-setting homicides, culminating with this front-page New York Times story with the moniker Murderapolis. The city was on edge at the time, and pressure mounted for police and city leaders to fix the problem.
What is your recollection of 95 and how bad it was at that time?
It was bad. It was scary. Part of it for me was that I was a newly elected council president in a role that was very demanding at that point in time.
Jackie Cherry Holmes ran the city council and faced a crisis the city had never seen before. Yet, she says, not as bad as now.
It feels way more chaotic out there. I think the carjackings are really, really terrifying for people. I think the fact that it's citywide right now. It is not in one neighborhood or 2 neighborhoods. It's citywide.
We have to reestablish how law enforcement looks.
Sitting down in his Southside office, the founder of Mad Dads, VJ Smith,
crime and violence,
reflects on how different the crime problem was in 1995 and why he, too, thinks it's worse right now.
Murderapolis wasn't about that. That was about gangs, real gangs, taking care of business, doing what they need to do. Minneapolis was a new place. They were breaking it in. And that's what that was about. What we're doing now is about folks that don't even have a clue about real gangs, but they got guns and they're killing each other and they got multiple rounds.
Much younger than 1995 in terms of who's pulling the trigger.
Right. It's a younger group of individuals that are now getting guns from older individuals.
Young teens.
Yes.
As early as 12.
We weren't giving kids guns in the 90s.
In 95, former City Council President Cherry Holmes tells me a comprehensive plan was put in place to fix the problem.
People might not have agreed with the approach, but they knew there was an approach. And they knew that we were unified in our approach. And so I think those are some major differences that I feel as a citizen right now.
Unified approach is lacking, you're saying?
Yeah, I don't think that there is. I mean, I think that the debate that's going on right now around the budget again shows the real division in how folks view public safety.
Every task that...
Former Mayor Sharon Belton led that effort in 1995, and she told the City Council Wednesday night how her administration handled it.
25 years ago, the public expressed impatience with my strategy to reduce violent crime in the city. Rather than rush to judgment, we methodically developed a shared solution and worked together as a city, the whole city, and the county, and implemented a coordinated and unified plan that not only reduced crime, stabilized the city, and even fueled growth across the city.
Of course, 95 was the start.
Greg Hess was a Minneapolis deputy chief and part of that 95 team. He tells me MPD hired an additional 110 officers, targeted gang members, put many of them in jail, and eventually, he says, broke up major gangs.
All these extra efforts led to more arrests and some success in quelling the violence?
Yep, it really was the beginning of a 20-year decline, and it was just day in, day out, year in and year out. It wasn't magic. It was just using analytics and data and communications in a more effective way.